Okay, time for a new video, and whether you are somebody new to my channel or you are returning to my channel to watch this video, it is greatly appreciated. As always, I'm filming this video in one go, so if I stumble over my words moving forwards, apologies about that, and also if the quality of this video is fairly poor as well. If there's any lag, anything like that at all, sadly it cannot be helped, and hopefully it is not too much of an issue for you. This is yet another Junior Eurovision related video here on my channel, ladies and gentlemen. Today I am filming a what we know so far about the upcoming 20th anniversary edition of the Junior Eurovision Song Contest, which will take place on the 11th of December, so in just over a month's time from the time of recording this video you're watching now, in Yerevan, the capital city of Armenia, specifically at the Karen Demirchian Sports and Concerts Complex, which has staged Junior Eurovision before many years ago. Do we have the specific year? Yes, 2011 was the first time it was staged there. So, in this video, I really am just going to go through everything pretty much that we know so far. Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments below as always, and links in the description as always to my other social media pages. Check them out if you so wish. 16 nations are involved in this year's JESC. The UK are back for the first time since 2005, and what a comeback it is. But there is no place for Azerbaijan, Bulgaria, Germany, and Russia. Now I'm taking a look here. Russia, of course, were booted out from the European Broadcasting Union because of the invasion of Ukraine, so it was obvious that Russia weren't going to be allowed to participate. As for Germany, apparently the broadcaster confirmed that they would not be taking part in this year's edition due to a creative break and partial travel warnings for Armenia issued by the Federal Foreign Office. However, they will broadcast the contest and may well return next year. As for Bulgaria, do we have a specific reason for Bulgaria? We don't, but if it's anything like their rather cruddy reason for the adult competition, it seems as though their interest just isn't there anymore. You'll have to forgive me, I'm not as clued up on Junior Eurovision as I am with the adult contest, so the chances of me forgetting something important here are quite high. As for Azerbaijan, well, I thought they would be taking part, but they did not appear on the final list of participants. Of course, there is some political tension between those two nations, so maybe a wise idea. I don't really know. I'm sure we'll see Azerbaijan back in the near future. We don't know the presenters of the show yet, which is quite interesting because we are just over a month away. I assume we'll be getting an announcement probably within the next week or two about that. As for the visual design, we all know this. Spin the magic is the slogan, and they've gone for a sort of Armenian-styled spinning top as the main motif. That's what it says here. So, you know, the colours of the country that's coming up next, they'll form the rays of light that spin out from this spinning top. You know what's going to happen here. It looks quite nice. We don't know the running order. How I believe it works is that a country is drawn at random to open the show, a country is drawn at random to close the show, the host nation's position is drawn at random as well, and then the producers of the contest put all of the other countries into whatever position they see fit. That whole thing takes place fairly soon as well, as soon as we know all of the songs. Now, as I'm recording this video, it's the 5th of November, and over the next few days we are getting many more songs coming our way, including a couple of revamps. So my plan is, perhaps this time next week, I don't know, to film another similar video going through all of the other songs that have since been released, or will have since been released, and giving you my thoughts on those tracks as well. Something I am going to do in this video is actually rank the songs that we have so far. This is something I've just not got around to doing yet. So as I talk about them and I think about them, I will rank them and tell you my current top 9, I think it is so far, at the end of this video. So, let's get going in alphabetical order. I'm not really going to talk about the songs in too much depth because I don't know them inside out yet. And like I said, I don't really follow Junior Eurovision quite as closely as the grown-up edition. But still, I will talk about these songs. Let's begin with Albania. So they had a national final. I don't really follow Junior Eurovision national finals. I usually hear snippets of all of the songs. If there's any songs that interest me greatly, I'll listen to them in full. Otherwise, they sort of pass me by a little bit. And I think it's the same for a lot of other people, particularly people my age, which is pushing 30. I am not the target audience for such a show. But representing Albania is Caitlin Jatta, and the song is called Pakas Diel. Do we know what that translates as? I don't think it really matters. Oh, a bit of sunlight, apparently. She's written this along with Endri Mucha. So there we go. The national final took place on the 25th of October in Tirana, and she came out on top. We don't know the specific results for every song, but there were 18 tracks involved. So there we are. The revamp of this song was released a short time ago, and I just listened to it before recording this video you're watching now. When it was originally selected as the Albanian track, I think the feeling around it was fairly negative. I saw a couple of people say that her vocals were shaky, albeit powerful. Some people said the song was dull. I could see where they were coming from with those comments, and I was inclined to agree. However, I really don't think it's a bad song at all, and now that I've heard the revamp, I really quite like it. It's quite soothing to listen to, at the same time as being powerful. That chorus, I really think it packs quite a punch. Great vocals in the studio cut. If she can absolutely nail it live, I don't think this should be criminally underrated. We have a jury vote, and I think the juries should respond in kindness. You know, a few points going her way, absolutely. The public I'm not so sure about. And yes, this isn't really a competitive track whatsoever, but it shouldn't be criminally underrated. It's a really nice, simple, female-driven ballad. It's nothing original from Albania. They love a girl, in this case, or a woman, singing a ballad. It is their thing. And as such, this is not the most surprising entry from Albania, nor is it the most competitive or exciting or anything like that, but it's not bad at all. Her voice in the studio cut, it feels quite classical to me. You know, it really feels as though she could, you know, belt out an opera-style song or something. Fantastic. Anyway, Caitlin Jatta with Pakas Diel, and she co-wrote the song. Not bad. Let's move on to Armenia. We know the singer. It's Nare. I think I might be pronouncing that wrong. It's Nare. It's another female singer. We don't know anything about the song yet, but we'll be getting it soon. And of course, the host nation, they're going to want something really spectacular. And if it's anything like Kami Kami, people will be absolutely going nuts over it. So we wait and see. As for France, they have Lisandro with Oh Maman, Oh Mother. This is a song that's been co-written by Barbara Pravi, who finished second in the grown-up contest in Rotterdam last year. This song, quite typically French, very suitable for Junior Eurovision. It is very charming, it is very up-tempo. It's a sort of swinging, slight old-school style track. Quite an engaging performer. I don't think the music video is out yet. I think we're getting that fairly soon. It's scheduled to premiere, I think, at some point. Anyway, I really like it. I can absolutely understand those individuals who say that it's irritating, a little bit too in your face, trying too hard. But at the same time, this is a Junior Eurovision Song Contest. It's a show for kids. I'm not the target audience, far from it. 10-year-old me, though, would probably be absolutely loving this. And you know that it's going to be a great stage show. We saw it last year with Tic Tac. France have this habit of sending up-tempo, charming, somewhat stereotypically French-sounding songs, if you see what I mean. I would like to see something radically different from them next time out, but this is completely fine. Is it a contender to win? I'm not sure, but it will be up there. I can see the juries appreciating the energy, the vibrancy of this, and the public, I think, will also respond with a good dollop of points as well. So there we go, that's France. Oh my man, da da da. Yeah, catchy stuff. Now, Georgia, the song's not out, but it's Mariam Bigvava, and the song, we don't know anything about it. She was selected through a national final called Ranina, and we've known that she was representing Georgia since the 18th of June. Yes, indeed, all of these performances, all of these songs. She beat out 3 other musicians several months ago. The music video will feature 4 dancers, so we do know that. Otherwise, haven't a clue about anything else. Oh, it's called I Believe. I Believe, my apologies. That's the name of the Georgian track. And Georgia have a great track record in Junior Eurovision. They've won 3 times. I've not really been a fan of any of their previous wins. But generally, they can send whatever the hell they like and get away with it, which is interesting. Because in the adult contest, they send pretty much whatever the hell they like. And they don't do that well. Interesting. Anyway, Ireland, I'm really looking forward to this one. Sophie Lennon is the Irish representative, and Solas is the name of the song, which I think translates as the sun. Oh my goodness me, I'm so sorry. Anyway, she won a national final, Junior Eurovision Era 2022, which started in September and finished about 2 or 3 weeks ago now, on October the 23rd. She beat out a couple of other singers. She performed Why Me by Linda Martin in the final. Brian Kennedy, the 06 adult representative for Ireland, was a guest judge. But anyway, Sophie Lennon is the Irish representative. The song is out soon. I've loved some of Ireland's entries in Junior Eurovision over the past few years. Banshee is amazing. Love that song. And last year's entry as well. Was really fantastic, had a bit of a rock feel to it, but sadly didn't get many points at all. So that's Ireland, ladies and gentlemen. Looking forward to that one. I'd love to see Ireland be really, really competitive, because I think a really great result here will inspire the country, almost, to do well next year in the adult competition, to really put even more effort in. And I would love to see an Irish language entry at the ESC. I really would. We've had it once before. That was a long time ago. We need it back. As for Italy, Blah 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 is the name of the Italian track, and Chanel Dilecta is the singer. We don't know much at all about the song or the singer, really. Not that I can see, so my apologies. I will do more research off camera, believe me. I will know these songs very well before too long. I'll be able to talk about them in much more depth. Looking forward to the Italian track. Last year they had Elisabetta Lizza, did they not? Specchio Mirror on the Wall. That was a bit of a rock song. That was great. Deserved a bit more love. High hopes for Italy. As for Kazakhstan, Gerana, Mother Earth is the name of the song. It's performed by David Sharlin. Do we know anything about him? It was an internal selection for the song. The artist was selected through an international children's music festival. And interestingly, some of the children in this festival weren't from Kazakhstan. Melanie Garcia was there, who of course represented Spain a couple of years ago with Marte. Yes, indeed. Due to the fact not all participants fit the rules of participation, the nomination to represent Kazakhstan wasn't awarded automatically to one of the winners. David Sharlin was ultimately chosen. So there we go. Last year's Kazakh entry, I was very indifferent about, quite forgettable stuff, so I'm hoping for better this time around. That song's released very soon. As for Malta, Gaia Gambutsa is singing Diamonds in the Skies. At the national final, because there was one, well, none of the songs really impressed me whatsoever, but they were still in their sort of raw versions, if you see what I mean. This came out on top. I was a little bit surprised. I thought it was very cutesy, but ultimately underwhelming. The revamp was released yesterday, I think it was, at the time of recording this video you're watching now, and they've sort of made it a little bit more electro-pop. The music video is pretty good. If anything, the music video is arguably more interesting than the track. Gaia's pretty cool though, she sounds quite good. Hopefully she'll be able to absolutely nail this live. But like with the Albanian track, not terribly competitive, to be honest with you. It's not a song that's really sticking in my head much. I think the revamp has really boosted its chances of doing fairly well, but I'd be surprised if this challenged for the win. What does it say here? They had a national final on October the 2nd. Matthew James Borg wrote the song. Yeah. Christina Magrin wrote one song. She represented Malta in JESC a few years ago with Parachute. So there we go. Yes, indeed. Gaia Gambutsa. There we go. Lovely stuff. Let's move on. Sorry for the rambling. Netherlands. Tonight will be bellissimo and join that bear. This is just great stuff, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? This is what Junior Eurovision, emphasis on Junior Eurovision, is all about. La Festa by Luna, performed in Dutch and English. The Netherlands have performed in every single Junior Eurovision to date. And if we take a look here, it was a 4-act national final. This was the best song in my opinion, and she absolutely smashed it. 12 from the kids jury and the professional jury and the online vote. 36 points. Have that. She's going to Yerevan. This is fun. I've seen a few comments online. Oh, this is just irritating. It's annoying. The lyrics are nonsensical. I can't enjoy this whatsoever. It's so bad. Now, I don't know the ages of these people saying those things, but maybe you're too old for this contest. I'm too old for this contest. I still follow it though, because I enjoy most things Eurovision related, but there's no doubt about it. I'm too old for Junior Eurovision. But this song, it's fun. Who cares if the lyrics don't make much sense? As I've said many times before, lyrics rarely matter. People don't really vote on the lyrics. They vote on the melody, the performance, the energy, how much it stands out, all of that business, and this will stand out if it gets a cushy slot in the running order. And I was impressed with the energy at the national final, the music video, bopping about, bit of choreography, smiling all the way through it. It's infectious in a pretty good way. Yes, it does verge into repetitive territory a little bit later on, but I think this is top-notch stuff. And I usually like the Dutch entries at Junior Eurovision. This is another great example. It's bound to push for the win. A lot of people are really loving it. It's a major contender. Really good stuff. Very catchy. Let's talk about North Macedonia then. Lara featuring Jovan and Irina with Shivatot e Pred Mene. Interesting that North Macedonia are in this, but not in the adult contest next year. Darko Dimitrov. He gets everywhere. He's co-written this track. So, there was an internal selection. Jovan was later added to Lara and Irina, so it's now a trio. What does the song translate as? Not entirely sure. But there is, or rather there are some lyrics in English in this song. I'm not sure flitting between the two languages totally works. I actually like the English chorus more than the Macedonian language chorus. The music video is pretty cool. The choreography, swaying about with the umbrellas, absolutely. Just recreate that on stage next month. That'll really stand out. And of course, Macedonia have used an umbrella before. Shimioi Frak, Dorien Glaka. That was in Armenia all those years ago. So they've got history with umbrellas, North Macedonia. I think this song, I've seen it online be described as a disaster bop, which is a sort of backhanded compliment because you're saying it's a bop, but also it's a disaster. Which one is it? For me, I think it's a bit more of a bop than a disaster, absolutely. I'm not sure it totally flows in the way that I would want it to. There's a bit of rapping from the guy, turns up for about 30 seconds and then you never really see him again. Feels as though that really was chucked in at the last minute. But this is not bad. It's fairly catchy, quite heartwarming, I suppose. Very sweet. But again, not massively competitive, you know. I don't think this is going to trouble the voters. But it's really not too bad. As for Poland, Laura Bańkiewicz I've butchered that, with To the Moon. Now, Poland, we know, massive diaspora vote, but of course, high TV ratings, people voting left, right and centre. Poland will push for the win again with this. They had a national final, which concluded on September the 25th. I haven't listened to this song in a while, so I can't really talk about it, I'll be honest. It's called To the Moon, and she won the jury vote and the televote ahead of Alexander Malag on September the 25th. This song, it's got a fairly good beat, it's got quite the energy to it. She seems like a very good singer, pretty decent performer. We are getting a revamp very soon. In fact, if I look at my YouTube feed right now, there it is, premiering 7th of November, 12 p.m. It's not quite as arresting as some Polish entries in the past. You know, Sarah James, Roxana, Vicky, those Polish entries, they sort of stood out to me a bit more than this one upon first listen. Whilst this track is fine, I'm not sure it's going to win, but it will be up there challenging for the win, I'm sure. We know Poland generally do very well, particularly in the public half of the results. I'm sure the same thing will happen again. There we go. I will listen to that song again because I've actually sort of forgotten about it a little bit. But there we are. Portugal, Anos 70 is the name of the song. Nicolas Alves is the performer. Again, this song premiere. There he is. Long hair. Premieres on the 7th of November, 4:30 p.m. Lovely. Portugal did very well last year, if you remember. Not with the juries, but with the public. They did remarkably well with that slow song, O Rapaz. Well, Nicholas won The Voice Kids. Oh no, it says here that he didn't win The Voice Kids. The actual winner of Season 3 of The Voice Kids Portugal was too old for Junior Eurovision, so the runner-up is doing it instead. Don't really know what to expect from this song. I'm guessing the title translates as the 70s, so it could be quite a throwback number. Maybe it'll have a touch of a disco sound to it. Who really knows? I haven't done my research, but Portugal, who knows? They might do very well again. Did well last year with the public. Can't rule it out once more. As for Serbia, Svet bez granica by Katarina Savic. That's the Serbian entry. Last year they had a very sweet track by two girls. It translates as World Without Borders. Don't know much else about it. There we go, that's the Serbian track. As soon as it's out, I'll listen to it and then in a future video give you my thoughts. Then we have Spain. Well, there I am talking about France being a sort of stereotypical nation when it comes to JESC. Just in terms of the sound of the songs over the past few years, they all feel a bit samey. Spain is sort of doing the same thing. I wasn't such a fan of Palante. I didn't mind last year's entry. This, it's slick stuff. It feels fairly mature. It's sort of pop with Latin type elements. Carlos Iges with Señorita. It was released a few days ago. He's having a dance with his mates in the music video. Obviously this is going to do quite well. It does stand out from the field. I like the instrumentation, but at the same time I feel as though this song doesn't really go anywhere. There's no wow moment. Not for me. That's not me sitting here saying that this song is trash. Far from it. I think it's a pretty decent effort, absolutely. It's competitive. But I'm not loving it. And I'm not sure I will love it. I should say, Spain, of course, very good history in Junior Eurovision, but they've only won it once. He was internally selected in October, and the song was released a few days ago. He was announced as the artist during the broadcast of MasterChef Celebrity in Spain. What has that got to do with music? But there we are. Do what you like. As for Ukraine, well, this was the first song we got, I believe. Zlata Zionka with Nezlamna, which means unbreakable. Here's another song that I hate to say it is not very competitive. In fact, this might really struggle. Then again, we all saw what happened at the adult contest earlier this year. Could something similar happen with Zlata? I'd be highly surprised. This song meanders along. It really doesn't live long in the memory. Saying that, nice voice, quite powerful, stirring stuff. Is there a wow moment? Not really. But you could create that with the staging. You really could. The visuals. You can make it stand out from the field. But really, looking at the songs we've got so far, this is one that just does not pop out at me as being strong enough. I know that sounds harsh, but it just feels a little bit vanilla at this moment in time. A little bit on the bland side. But we should be getting a revamp very soon. And we know that Ukraine in the past, just last year, that was a female singer with a smashing voice and a very powerful performance, which did sort of have a wow moment towards the end. So Ukraine could do it again, but I would be utterly shocked if this challenged for the win whatsoever. Then we have the UK. Well, sorry, I'm watching the football scores at the same time. The United Kingdom, Freya Sky. I spoke about this. I did a reaction type video to it the other day. Lose my head. This is top-notch quality, ladies and gentlemen. And let's not forget, this is the first time the UK, A, have been in Junior Eurovision since 2005, and B, the first time we've had an upbeat song. Our previous 3 entries from Tom Morley, Corey Spedding and Joni Fuller, they were ballads. This is a comeback and a half. Freya's there, 13 years of age, looking like a seasoned pro in this red outfit. She's got other people with her in red outfits. There's choreography, it's catchy stuff, it's pop with moody undertones. It feels very current. It could be performed by somebody much older. It could be a hit even though she's so young. If that expression and that energy comes across on stage next month, this will surely challenge for the win. Absolutely. And as much as I don't like the rule where you can vote for your own country, really don't like that rule at all, never have, I probably will be voting for her. Because this is absolutely one of the strongest songs we have so far, and it will remain as one of the strongest songs of this year's contest, and it should, without doubt, challenge for the win. It's been a long time, I want to say. I could be talking absolute rubbish here. But well, it's not really a long time, but it's not often we get a song. Malta had it last year. It's not often we get a song that is completely in English. But the United Kingdom are delivering the goods this year. So are Malta again. Fantastic. Freya is really impressing me. I've only seen the music video and a short interview that she did on TV. I should say I saw nothing in the newspapers about this. Absolutely nothing, which was really disappointing. 99.9% of people in the UK don't even know Junior Eurovision exists, or that we were in it in the past. But they'll find out soon enough, because it's on the BBC next month. I'll be watching. Hopefully I'll be filming a video reacting to the results as well. Yeah, I think this is a serious contender to win. Very mature. And, I mean, if you put the Dutch entry next to the UK one, it's quite clear which one is more suitable for kids, if suitable is the right word. But both will be challenging for the win. I like both tracks. Fantastic stuff. Let's rank them. What the hell am I doing here? Here we go. Let's rank them. So we've got Pakasdiel, Oh Maman, what else? Malta. Oh, yeah. Netherlands. Yes. North Macedonia. Yeah, that'll go there. Poland, I think will go there. Spain. Oh, I think Spain will probably go there for now, you know. Ukraine will go there, and the UK will go there. So out of the songs we know so far, ladies and gentlemen, bottom to top, Ukraine, Albania, Malta, North Macedonia, Poland, Spain, France, UK, Netherlands. Netherlands is my winner so far, but it's a close-run thing. I'm not missing anybody out, am I? I don't think so. More songs over the next few days, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll talk about them in the future in my next Junior Eurovision-related video, which may be this time next week if we have all of the songs. I am very excited about Ireland. I think they could be onto something very special. Watch me say next week that actually they don't stand a chance at all. I think the Portuguese song could be very good. and Armenia. I really feel as though Armenia will have something special again. Absolutely. It wouldn't surprise me if it's very similar to Camille. Anyway, that's it. We don't know who's doing the commentary for the UK yet. That must surely be announced soon. But it's on BBC One. Unbelievable. What a transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Hopefully the quality of this video wasn't too bad. Let me know your thoughts, your ranking on the songs. Like I said, I'm not an expert, far from it. But I will listen to these songs again in my own time, particularly the Polish one. And I will have stronger, more eloquent thoughts on the tracks in the near future, all being well. Let me just check the football scores. Leeds 2, Bournemouth 3. There you go. Until next time, take care of yourselves, stay safe, and check out my other social media pages if you so wish. Until next time, bye for now.